Hello, today is 2/24 of 26, and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. It is currently quarter after 10, and I am having my breakfast and making my lunch. So I have my coffee that I made with 1 cup of Fairlife whole milk, a serving of whey isolate protein powder, a serving of collagen peptides, a tablespoon of MCT oil, and then I have a little bit of the Skinny Mixes sugar-free sweetener that I added to it. And I have a donut that I got from Conscious Comforts, which is a local bakery in my area that makes gluten-free, sugar-free donuts. I am trying a new recipe for some ribs today. So these are going to take a little bit to make. I'm going to cook them in my Instant Pot, and then I'm going to finish them off in the oven. But I'm also like, part of my problem is that I need to like cook them in the Instant Pot, and then I have to leave, and then when I come back, then I will bake them. So I'm trying to get all of like as much cooking done as I can right now. So that's kind of why I'm doing it this way. It's pretty early, but I'm not going to eat until later. Okay, so I have in here 1 rack of baby back ribs. It's about 4 pounds. And then in my measuring cup here, I have a 1/2 cup of soy sauce and a 1/2 cup of water. I'm going to add to it 2 tablespoons of brown sweetener. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this Chalk Zero fruit spread. It's grape. The original recipe calls for strawberry sugar-free jam or whatever. I don't have any and I didn't want to buy any. So in this, there are 15 calories in, I think, a tablespoon. Yeah, in a tablespoon. And then there are 5 carbs with 4 fibers and then 1 added sugar. And I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. And then I'm just going to whisk these together to kind of break up that jam a little bit. And then the recipe says to just pour this marinade over the top of the ribs, but I feel like I'm going to want to rub it in. Like I want to make sure that it's going to get all over like all of the meat. So I'm going to pour it on, and then I'm going to put on a pair of gloves, and I'm going to kind of like rub it all over the meat. I will leave a link to this recipe in the description below, but it is poorly written. So, like, it lists the ingredients and then it says, like, for the directions, you have like your list of ingredients. And then for the directions, it says pour marinade over ribs, and then cook. Like, it doesn't ever say put like mix the marinade together, right? Like it doesn't say anything. So it's poorly written. So I apologize for that. I'm, assuming these are the things that I'm supposed to do of mixing the ingredients together, except for the xanthan gum, because there is xanthan gum, but that doesn't get added until the end. So yeah, like it should list what the marinade items are, and then, or at least say like mix everything together except for the xanthan gum. I don't know, it's just poorly written. So anyway, I'm going to get this into my pressure cooker. I'm going to cook it on high for 25 minutes. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to add an additional 1/4 cup of water because there's 2 1/4 cups of water listed in the ingredients list, but it doesn't ever say what to do with that other 1/4 cup of water. I think it might be to just put it in the pot to help the pot get up to pressure. And I have one other thing that I'm working on, my dinner for tonight. So I have some leftover barbecue pork, shredded pork, and I want to make like a slaw to go with it. So I'm just kind of making this up on the fly. I've got just a little bit of leftover purple cabbage, so that's what I'm going to use for this. And it's kind of one of the reasons that I even want to make this is just to kind of use that up. I'm going to, in my little storage container here, I'll find the tool that I want. I'm going to add probably about a tablespoon of this Okios Greek yogurt, this plain Greek yogurt. So I'm replacing like what might be mayonnaise or something like that with that. And I'm going to add some Dijon mustard and some apple cider vinegar. And the reason I want to make this now is because I do want it to have some time to kind of marinate and get a little softened before like I eat it tonight. And then some pepper and some salt. And I'll just get these all stirred together. Right, and then get my cabbage in and get that all mixed together. And I'll give it a try tonight. My ribs are done from the pressure cooker, so I have put them onto a baking tray and I am preheating my broiler. And then I have the sauce. So I'm going to turn my saute function on and bring this up to a boil, which really shouldn't take too long. Okay, I've got it to a boil, so I'm going to sprinkle in 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum and whisk vigorously, according to the recipe. And I just want to let this get all thickened up. So it's going to take a couple of minutes, but it should hopefully get nice and thick for me. Yeah, it's already starting to thicken up nicely. Okay, that is looking pretty thick. I don't even know if you can see it from all the steam. Okay, and then I'll take my ribs and layer my sauce over them. All right, so now I'm going to get this into my oven with my broiler on for 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. I'm actually going to add another layer of sauce. And then I do still have, I don't know if you can see it, more sauce left that we can use like on the side. And I'm going to get this back in the oven for another 5 minutes. And for my side, I'm making myself a yogurt bowl. So I'm using this Okios Pro yogurt with 25 grams of protein. I am going to top it with a 1/4 cup of some sauteed blueberries. Here we go. And a tablespoon of flaxseed. Okay, let's try the ribs. Okay, I am having 2 servings of these ribs. Let's see how nicely they come apart. Not as nicely as I would like. Gonna need a knife. But it does look like they're cooked through, although I think they might be a bit dry. Yeah, they're dry. I don't like that. The flavor is fine. I actually like the sauce. It kind of has this a little bit of an off-putting smell to it, but it actually tastes like pretty good. But they are dry. I wish they weren't so dry. I have my pulled pork and I have my cabbage, so I will give this cabbage a try. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. It'll be good to have with my pork to add a bit of texture to it. The other thing that I'm having is some beef. So I made a beef stew and I added konjac noodles to it. And I ate some yesterday and the konjac noodles were like really dry and hard. And I don't know if it's from freezing them or reheating them or what the deal is. So I basically just took all of the meat out of what was left of the stew, and I'm just going to go ahead and eat the beef. Today was pretty close to a maintenance day, and that was kind of on purpose. Like I didn't think, oh, I'm going to do a maintenance day, but my body is really sore and tired I think from yesterday's workout, maybe my last few days of workout, and it just needed more recovery. So I didn't move as much as I normally do. And I just felt like, okay, I just need to be getting in lots of protein. And so I'm just going to eat whatever my body like needs for protein. So I did meet and go over my protein goal for today, and I am thankful for that. And just making sure that it is nourished to do that healing, because it definitely needs to do some repair work today. So I ended up with about 1900 calories. My protein is 191, my net carbs are 28, and my fat is 107. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.